Hello.
Yo,
You already freeze.
welcome back. Yeah, my internet's just taking a shit right off the rip.
That's awesome.
It'll be fine.
That's awesome.
It'll be fine.
It's perfect.
Because why not? Welcome back to the night shift, Hollow Cult. Glad to see you all here again. Hope everybody's week's going well. Halfway there. Worst half's over. It's all downhill from here. All downhill.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst could happen in 2 days, right?
A lot in our industry.
That is true. That is true. Just creeping through the chat, and it is already firing off.
Good.
Wow. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. Another wonderful wild week. We did an interview yesterday that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That should be releasing pretty quick.
Monday, probably.
Very interesting paranormal encounters that this person had. It was pretty cool. The more we tried to talk about it, the less that the entities let us talk about it. We had some massive technical issues last night.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Oh man, what's up, Paranormal Trucker? Glad to see you in here. Everybody like and subscribe on the old YouTube. Set up notifications. That's the word I'm looking for. Notifications.
I just texted Tony. Maybe he'll pop in here.
Busy man.
He's a busy man, but he was making me LOL. So even if he doesn't, it was his comments remind me of you and me. I'll have to tell you off the internet because it's not internet worthy.
Oh, internet appropriate or internet worthy?
Appropriate.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It made me lol.
Yeah.
So I had someone send this to me the other day and I thought it was fantastic. And it also made me mad because I wish it was you and me that would have found it. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this up so everybody can see it because it's pretty epic. You see this?
Oh, what? No, that ain't real, bro.
Yeah, in Illinois.
That ain't fucking real.
It has to be real, right?
Bro, look at the date.
What's the date? I didn't see it.
April 1st.
Oh, sons of bitches.
I was all in until it was Paisaw Creek, and I said, no fucking way.
You know how awesome that would have been?
Yes. I was looking when you had it down here, and I'm like, where in the hell is that? Because I didn't hear anything about it. I saw Paisaw Creek, and I'm like, no way.
I wish it was real then. That's disappointing. What a bunch of turds.
I was excited. I should have just let you run with it.
You should have, because I want to find a sub. Well, then again, I'm not getting in the sub. I'd have to have you get in the sub.
Game on.
With somehow we'd have to rig up a live GoPro so I could watch.
Me in the sub?
Again, yeah, you in the sub. But then again, you're probably not going to see squat in that river.
No.
Because that river is always dirt and Lord knows what else.
It is gross.
It is filthy.
Me and Ev went fishing at Paisaw Harbor a couple years ago, and the same night we left, somebody got stabbed.
What?
Am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
I mean, you just did.
Whoops. But yeah, that happened.
That's not very good.
No. I didn't get stabbed. So
yeah, I would have heard about that story.
It's whatever. Didn't catch any fish either, but sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, right?
90% of the time you're the nail.
Let me think here. Trying to think anything weird that I saw going on.
Somebody sent me a bunch of old, kind of like what you hit on, like from the lost civilizations, things that aren't supposed to be here.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty wild. Like there was a massive footprint in the side of a mountain. I mean, it was huge. I bet it was every bit of 3 feet long. It was ridiculous, absolutely massive. And then there was a old pickaxe, like fossilized in rock, all types of really cool stuff. And I love seeing that stuff.
Yeah, that pickaxe is probably the London hammer,
Maybe, I don't know.
which that's pretty wild. I got that in the episode that I started writing, which is in the log with all the other episodes I
Look at
have.
that. Look at that.
Guess who's here?
The big dog himself.
Look at that. Hey, thanks, Tony.
I love how you applied taxes. 1999. That's awesome. Appreciate
Welcome.
the love, brother, man.
Welcome. Hope your Bigfoot expedition went swimmingly, my friend.
Yeah. Definitely jelly, because I want to be able to go find cool stuff.
Yeah. Same.
Which we need to buy cameras so we can get out there and do that shit.
Yeah, we're getting there. We got to get shit squared away. You know how it
I
is.
know. I'm a rusher, though.
That is true.
I just go full throttle or not at all.
That is factual. I got some new books, so we can talk about that for a little bit.
Let's go.
They're gonna be backwards, but I got this book on the occult, so I'm gonna read it. I don't know how that's gonna go, but whatever.
You said it was backwards.
Was it backwards? Is it backwards? Is it forwards?
Is it supposed to be the Nolia?
Yeah, that was it.
That's what it's
Nailed
supposed
it,
to be.
bro.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I'm really
And
good at foreign language, if anybody didn't know that.
He is. He's fluent in every language ever created. Past, present, future, non-existent.
All of it. All of
And
it.
I got this good old book from Dr. Gallagher. If you listen to the
I'm excited
Exorcist
for that.
Files, they interview him on there.
I'm excited for that.
So I'm pretty stoked on that. So get ready for that.
I did reach out to try to get a legend onto the show.
A legend, huh?
Yeah, but it's totally not going to work. But I tried. The Hail Mary is thrown. I went ahead and reached out to Jesse Ventura.
That was not the route that I thought it was going to go.
Why not? Right? Why not?
I tried to get Marilyn Manson on, but apparently he's too busy.
He didn't respond back?
No. Neither did Gold Dust. Neither did.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't take us very serious. We are probably the most serious professional
paranormal investigators in the business right now.
Yeah. Those were the words I was looking for. Thanks for swooping in on that one.
When you got it, you know.
Man, I see Paranormal Trucker commenting in there. It makes me reminisce back to that last episode I did on Skinwalkers, because there was an awesome story in there about a dude. He was a truck driver, and they were trying to rush him to get to California or some shit. And they're like, "Hey, this is their route. We got you on." And he's like, "I'm never going to make it." He's like, "There's only one way I'm going to make it." And the boss is like, "Well, if you just turn off, if your GPS and your phone just happens to stop working, I'm not going to ask any questions." And then basically conversation just died because he did just that. And he drove right through Navajo Nation. And he ends up, I'll try to summarize it. He ends up just royally pissing off a skinwalker. And this thing, like I don't even know what you would describe it as. Just like werewolf mode, jumps on his truck, all types of shit, man. It was an awesome story. He does end up making it through Navajo Nation and delivering the load, making it his bonus. So there's a silver lining to the end of it, but it's a wild ride.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that stoked to be chased by a skinwalker.
No,
Honestly.
I don't think it would be that fun. Because realistically, we're not outrunning it. So
No,
maybe,
just staying ahead of it. Is that outrunning it?
yeah, that's definitely, if you're staying ahead of it, that technically,
Yeah.
yeah. I think your math is a little off there.
Either or.
Right.
Tomato, tomato.
Same difference. So what's some weird stuff we got going on? Anybody? Anything?
Anything. I saw Eric from Uncomfortable popped in here. Eric, are you still in here? If you are, bro, I'm going to ask your permission to do your little remote viewing experiment that you got going on in your Discord. If you guys aren't over in the Uncomfortable Discord, go over there and check it out. He does these awesome remote viewing experiments, challenges, I guess, and they really piqued my interest. So I was gonna do one tonight. I was hoping he would jump in here so we can I can, ask the permission now that I'm not mowing his lawn or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
He is
still
in
here.
here.
And FOF, I don't know that I have heard of skinwalkers in Cherokee Nation. Unless I've kind of skimmed over it and just didn't catch it, because sometimes that happens. But I'm super fascinated by the subject, because the more I learn about it, the more it just kind of consumes my thought process, because there's so much lore, which, like in high school I was always a big fan of mythology and stuff, and like that plays into it, and it's just, I don't know, it just kind of hits different for me, because we have a lot of paranormal stuff that I guess it's probably a lack of knowledge, like Bigfoot or even ghosts for the most part. Like they don't have that same, to my knowledge, they don't really have the same type of background story as like skinwalkers and Wendigo and the Jinn, and maybe they do, and I just haven't looked deep enough. But I don't know. And it might just play to my fascination too,
I get like that with stuff. I get like hyper fixated on it.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. But it was funny. I don't know if I said this last time or not, but it was funny. When we were driving out to Arizona to my sister's house, uh, the entire drive out there, my wife just kept talking about skinwalkers, skinwalker. And I'm like, you do realize the more you talk about them, the
Just
more
manifesting that shit.
the more you attract their attention. And she's like, "Oh, seriously?" And I'm like, "I mean, that's what they say. I'm not opposed to it, but that's what they say." And she's like, "I guess I'll shut up now."
Whoops.
It was funny. It was funny for what it was.
I've never been out that way that far. I've been to Wyoming, been to Colorado, South Dakota, but never that far into the Southwest.
It's cool, man. I'm sure we'll make a trip out there one of these days.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make it out there. We could go to the Badlands. That was pretty awesome. It was pretty. I mean, it was looking out across it. It doesn't even look real.
All right, what the hell is this? I've never heard of that. Never heard of it.
Me either.
Virgil, I'm stoked. I am absolutely stoked about this. I did get to see being in the click. I did get to see the trailer way early. And I was excited. Like I watched the trailer and it had me excited because there were a lot of I did see a lot of the stories, like sections of the stories and stuff, and I was like, man, this has got me excited. So I am really excited to sit down and watch it whenever it comes out.
Yeah, the trailer that I watched looks excellently produced.
Yeah,
So I'm stoked.
it looks awesome, man. And like I said, it's right up my alley. I love that type of stuff. And the one I wish there was more on. I wish there was more on the Wendigo out there. It just that one's so elusive. Like finding really solid information on it, you know. And it's just another one that I'm ultra fixated on and fascinated with.
Yeah. There's just so much, I don't know, man. There's so much stuff out there that I feel like I won't ever get to learn about.
Yeah, I feel that because there's just so much to try
Dylan's in
to.
here said the Devil's Tower was pretty rad too. That was rad. Whole different energy at that place.
I bet I believe that was in my last episode too, where they had the dimensional skinwalkers,
Yeah.
which was pretty awesome.
So my plan is not to change the subject, but I saw us kind of getting up at numbers. Is when we hit 100 in the chat, I'll do this remote viewing experiment. Again, full credit to this goes to Eric and the Uncomfortable podcast. He does this quite a bit on his Discord. If you are not in there, do be in there. Just go, do it, hang out. He does a campfire session pretty much every Friday where he just has a whole bunch of people in there and it's a whole big think tank and it's awesome. If you're not part of it, you're missing out and you should be part of it. So when we hit 100, I will show you guys this yellow envelope and I'll hold it up for like a minute. You can get a read on it. And then at the end of the show, people can put their guesses in as to what I have in this envelope.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. Steve sprung this on me.
It's a picture of some kind.
You can't tell people.
No, but I mean, they're not going to guess. I mean, they got to guess what's on it. All right.
Well, now they know it's a picture.
Well, it's not a fucking tennis shoe.
Well, obviously.
I'm just eliminating some of the things that it could be. It's not a microwave.
Could be.
It's not a Buick.
Are you sure?
CERN. Pretty sure.
Maybe you've got some new quantum tech.
Unless it was in there. Unless it was in the envelope before I put the object into the envelope.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Someone said Devil's Tower was a giant tree stump. I saw that as well.
What are your thoughts on that theory?
I don't buy it. Does it look like a tree stump? Kind of. But I mean, where are all the other giant trees? Hidden in the basement of the Smithsonian?
I mean, I like the idea. I actually love the idea, personally.
Could be. But I don't know. I see it pop up every once in a while. And then people show all these other like evidence of giant trees. But I just don't feel like the planet's that big to have supported trees that are thousands of feet tall.
What are your thoughts on
Godzilla?
No. Two-part.
On Tupac?
Question. No, not Tupac.
He rips. Oh, copy.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the recent, I don't know if it'd be the news on there being a mothership in our solar system?
Oh, I did see that where
I think that
the
hit mainstream.
yeah, was it? I can't remember who the hell said it.
I want to say, I think
Somebody with
I don't
the
remember who reported on it, but I think they said the Pentagon came out and said that there might be a mothership in our solar system.
yeah, he was kind of tongue in cheek about it when he said it. If you listen to the clip, kind of like might be, but not. Just the fact that he used that verbiage and put that out to the masses is sus.
Right.
And it's almost like got that whole like pre-programming feel, like to get us all ready. You know, if one does happen to show up, they can be like, "Well,
Told you
we
so.
told you.
Right.
We mentioned it."
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the moon being an alien mothership?
Oh,
Because I just recently saw that one.
I don't know. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I never really thought about it being a mothership, honestly.
Me either.
I've
Me either.
seen theories about it being like not natural, like some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of intelligent based, like created satellite that somebody created and put up
Really?
there. Yeah, to kind of keep tabs on us.
But that, so if you ran with that logic, how does that translate to the other planets having moons if they don't have life on them?
That's just it. We don't know that they don't.
Right. I guess that is a valid point.
Maybe it's monitoring them all.
Could be. I mean, it would be no different than us sending out a bunch of satellites to monitor whatever the hell's out there, you know.
Yeah.
But I applaud. I applaud, and I'm impressed by the resources of said civilization that's able just to
Create moon satellites.
Yeah, that's it's a extraordinary feat there.
I wish we could do that. Not as a human race, but as the Hollow Cult
What, create a moon?
satellite, a
Launch a
moon
satellite?
satellite. We
Oh,
launch
moon
cars to
satellite.
Mars.
Okay. I mean, realistically, all we'd have to do is befriend Elon, and then we could probably get a hollow satellite, put it up there somewhere.
Yeah, I try to reach out to him on Twitter, but he never answers me.
Or maybe we can just make the world's biggest. Oh man, I don't really want to say this word because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if you can or not. But essentially, we use your QR code stickers and make a giant device and just buckshot it into outer space. That way, QR stickers go everywhere.
I like it.
Yeah.
We have to.
I mean, aliens have to be smart enough to figure out a QR code.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're banking on the fact that they have QR readers.
I don't feel like that's too unrealistic.
No, if we figured it out, we're the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
If we figured it out, everybody else has already got it.
It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I always tweet at Elon Musk, but he never answers me. Usually because I'm calling him a fucking nerd. So I'm probably blocked. But
people got to get over that shit. It's just our sense of humor.
Yeah, either you ride with us or you don't. Deal with it.
I would laugh my ass off if Elon tweeted back at us and goes, "You guys are just fucking nerds."
I'd say, come on the show.
Realistically, I'd probably print it out and turn it into a poster and hang it in the room. I would be that static about it.
Say it to my face via StreamYard, Elon. He's probably listening right now. He's probably listening to every conversation that's being streamed across the entire internet on planet Earth at all times.
Yeah, just getting fed directly into his brain.
Yeah. What about Josh Gates? I have reached out to Josh Gates, but he did not reach back because I just don't have that much reach at this point.
Yeah, he would be awesome to talk to.
I did get some Zach Baggins retweets, but I haven't actually asked him to be on the show probably because I threatened to fight him a lot. But I mean, it is what it is.
Once again, sense of humor.
I mean, if he wants to fight, we really can.
No, we're not trying to do that.
All right, never mind. I just meant for publicity's sake. Like that would benefit us way more than it benefit him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
For the show.
I mean, if he wants to do it to promote the show, then I guess whatever at that point.
Bro, your haircut is carrying the chat right now.
My wife is probably pissed.
It is hands down carrying the chat.
I know I've noticed it. I haven't said anything because I know she's in there just steaming.
Sorry. I mean, Elon Musk is carrying the chat right now.
I actually typically go shorter than this, but my wife always makes fun of me because I have, if you can see it, right here, this like white spot, and when it's super low, it just looks like a straight up bald spot. So it looks like I got bald spots all over my head.
I say just rock it, embrace it.
I do. I don't care, but I don't. At the same time, I try to appease my wife. So
sure,
you gotta
find the happy medium.
Yeah, you gotta play chess, not checkers.
Chess, not checkers.
Yeah, my wife did get to see John's epic hair and beard this weekend. But soon he'll grace the Hollow TV when we have that up and running.
I'm stoked.
Me too.
John's going to be a good asset to the paranormal investigation.
Oh yeah, yeah. And on the occasion, whenever we can drag Dilmo out, it's game over.
It's something.
You want to talk about pure electric paranormal entertainment? That's going to be it.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is going to be something. 93 in the chat, 7 away from the remote viewing experiment.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're getting close.
No, Jojo, it's not a bald spot. It's clearly hair.
You're hitting a nerve with the bald spot, people. It's hair.
It's hair. I have plenty of hair. My hair is extra super thick.
If you run out, I have extra.
Yeah.
It's curly today.
Yeah, when you cut your hair, I'll shave my head and then glue your hair to my head.
That would be a strange dynamic.
Yeah.
I like it.
Tony was trying to get me to go bald one time. He's like, just shave it all off.
He's already holding that down.
I know. That's why I told him. I'm like, dude, can't have two epic baldies in the paranormal world. This just doesn't work that way.
Make a hollow weave. I was holding it together until you started laughing, Kyle.
Oh gosh.
97. They're coming in. They really want to know what's in this envelope.
Fucking awesome.
Hollow weave.
So many. We do. We need to get a compound and just all of us get together and just think tank entrepreneurship.
You can put hollow in front of anything.
That's what I'm saying. We can make everything. Yeah. We'll be the new Amazon.
Yeah. It is.
See?
It really is.
It's sinking into your head right now, and you're sold. I can see it.
I'm already to buy the products that don't exist. Already ready.
Oh, let's see. Appalachian Intelligence fucking killed it right there.
Hell yeah. See, they're already in.
Gosh, dang, the chat moved too fast. I couldn't click it.
They're already in.
See? Look, and Dilmo, delivery driver. It has already manifested itself, and it is in the process of appearing in the middle of some fucking field somewhere.
Dylan's gonna deliver it in the El Camino.
Good. Yeah, that's our delivery trucks. El Caminos with camper shells on them.
We really derailed today.
Yeah, I know, but
way
it's
off in left field.
fun. I needed this. It's fun. I was literally thinking today. I'm not kidding. I was literally thinking today about creating a Patreon and just calling it like holotherapy. And this is what we do. Just you and me get together and just talk like this and just making it a random extra content.
Hey, it's our show. We do what we want.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's strictly just, it's like extra content.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Right. Or even having some of the patrons come on and just talk. Just be weird, whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about the lines in your grass, have at it. I'm here to listen to it.
My dad cut my grass today. Shout out
How'd
to
that
my
go?
dad.
How'd that go?
Grass is cut. So I don't have to do that.
That's a plus.
Thank fuck. Oh, you guys 5 away. 5 away. And then you can focus on this for a little bit and we can see if someone will guess what it is.
I hope somebody gets it right because I'll be impressed.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I'm going to envision it right now and I'm going to put it out there.
I figure once we hit 100, I will
Toast with
post
peanut
it up.
butter.
Say that again.
Toast with peanut butter. It's a picture of toast with peanut butter.
That's it. Game over. I don't even need to show it now.
What I see. Professional remote viewer. I'm gonna go ahead and create an extra page on the website to hire me for future jobs.
The FBI can.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna
find missing people. You know what? I'm just gonna do it anyway because we're at 96. That's almost 100 technically. And it's already half hour in. I could do it, and then we can open it at the end. So, you guys, I'm going to hold this up for like a minute. 98. We're close enough. Counts where I'm from. Hold this up for like a minute. Focus on this envelope. And then at the end of the show, I will ask you what you think's in here. Focus all of your energy on this envelope. 99 now.
No, they dipped out. They said, nope, I ain't partaking in none
Close
of
enough.
Bullshit.
So, we'll see what you got. Remind me to have everybody post it in the chat at the end of the old program. Is that enough time? We got enough time here?
I've already got it, so.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to beat Kyle, who already guessed it right. Virgil was coming in hot with it just being an empty envelope. If I would have been thinking ahead.
Oh, shit, JoJo.
Damn.
Did JoJo get it right?
What, a picture of your feet?
Yeah.
If I got pictures of your feet, I'm not making that public, bro. That's personal. What do we win? I don't know. Nobody's won yet.
Hell yeah.
But it is. I guess we could open the lines.
Yeah, I figured we'd probably get right to that in the near future. I hope it gets extra weird. Also, I'm gonna throw this out there again because I still think it's a great idea. On-air production meeting / opinion time. Would it be cool? Maybe like once a month. Just try to have a guest on here with us.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think
the thing is
kind of cool.
I mean, I guess we could still take the same amount of calls.
Yeah, the way I figure is the guest comes on, like whether it's Burton or Eric or whomever, we talk, we shoot it up for just like we are now, and then open the call and we just all take it together.
Yeah, I dig that.
Let them partake and get their take on all the weird. Not to mention, it might pull some more weirdos in too. Get some more out of
That's
this.
just what we need in this chat.
I know. Get some more out of this world phone calls. You think Mr. Collins Elite is listening?
I don't know. I hope he is. I'll just put it out there.
Go ahead.
Fuck that nerd. So after we were talking about the Collins Elite, we got a mysterious cryptic email about the elite and egress and all this shit. It was some rudimentary poem someone wrote together, like. So I emailed them back, and then they just went silent. So if you're gonna play a game, play the game. You know, don't dangle the carrot and then hide. Just keep like, let's go. Egress, Collins Elite. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
That's the thing that you need to realize about us as well. As at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for Steve because Steve is a little bit more savvy than me when it comes to these. But fuck riddles,
dude. It was like a fourth grader wrote it.
Don't give me riddles because I'm just going to go no.
If you do, at least make it interesting. It wasn't even a riddle. You were just rhyming words. Stop it. Stop it. Do better. If you're some big shady organization, hire someone that can write a fucking cryptic riddle. Piss.
Good. Maybe now it'll make them mad, and then
good. Bring smoke. Bring it.
See, she gets
fucking get it.
She gets it. We don't do riddles around here.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't. We just don't do it.
Let's get it.
Just cut right through it.
100 in the chat. See?
Shit.
I get worked up and the people just flock in. It does piss me off when people are just like, just try to be cryptic about it. Just give me the information. Stop being lame. You want like
this made me laugh out loud.
Well, I think we know who wrote it.
Yes,
that is exactly.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
The same energy that the email was sent with.
I forget. Appalachian Intelligence wrote roses are red, violet are blue. Egress is real, and the Illuminati is too. I forgot you air this as a podcast too.
I think you missed your calling, AI.
Hallmark card writers.
That was a modern day Billy Shakespeare right there.
That was good. That was good.
That might go on a Hollow Sky bumper sticker.
Oh my dude, that's classic. We'll just do a Hallmark card and we'll just send it to everybody.
Oh, like a hollow Christmas card.
That's right. That's good.
A hollow day card, if you will.
I hate our life.
You're gonna have to do better than that. Shady organizations. I'm full of puns.
We got a lot of smart people. All right. What am I doing? We're procrastinating.
That really had me stoked too. That really had me stoked when that came through. Like,
I know it did.
Agent John Smith.
I know.
And I'm like, Kyle, let's go. And then I got to looking at it. I'm like, man.
I know. I'm told you. I said this is dog shit, and you know it is. And then you got excited.
I was hoping that it wasn't.
That's your unicorn. You got excited, and I was like, stop.
Just send me some coordinates. Send me some coordinates. Don't send me a poem. Don't send me a bouquet of flowers. Send me fucking coordinates, and I will call off work tomorrow, and I will drive there.
Flowers. Send him flowers.
You can send me, you can send me that too, as long as there's coordinates in it, and I'll drive there, and then we can just put the last nail in this coffin.
I hope that's figuratively.
Either or.
I'm not trying to get put in a coffin.
I'll live stream it. It'll be good internet.
No.
And you'll be famous.
Looks like we got a call.
It sounds like it as well.
Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Yo.
Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey. Hello. Sorry, hold on. Let me get to a different room. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. So I'm Jennifer. I have like 3 stories actually that I want to like talk about, but I don't know which one to pick.
Just pick one. Let's go.
Okay.
Pick a weird one.
The weirdest.
Okay, so then I'll do one that was from when I was probably around 16. I'm 27 right now. And I was at my old best friend's house. And I would just say like her backyard was basically a cemetery. And she traded rooms with her mom. And she told me that every time like somebody sleeps over her house, something happens. And I didn't really take her very seriously at the time, but I just decided to sleep over, and she was watching a horror movie, and I honestly don't watch horror movies because I don't like to get scared. So I was staying in her room, and there was a paper that her other best friend had wrote to her that was like best friends forever, I love you, and like just like a normal paper, and it was taped on the wall. And I was laying in the bed and I looked up at the wall, and like the paper started like moving up and down, like sliding up and down on the wall. Like the tape was still there though. And I like freaked out, and well, I had called her because I didn't want to get up. I was scared. And she came into the room and she looked at it and she just took it off the wall and she threw it into the corner. And I freaked out and I told her to like burn it and like rip it up because I didn't want her to like, I was like, I don't want that paper near me. But she didn't do anything to it. She just left it there. And I told her, I was like, let's just go to bed. And she's like somebody who's scared of the dark. So she had like a pink paper lantern that she hung at like the end of the bed. And when we decided to go to the bed, like, so her window, like the room, like the back side of the house is like underground. Like I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like if you look out the window, it's like the top of the ground, like the grass.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when we went to sleep, we heard like scratches on in the walls. Like I don't understand how you could because it's like ground there, you know? And so we like it took a while for us to go to sleep, but eventually we did. And like around 3 a.m. I woke up because I felt something cold touch my arm. And she woke up because she said she felt something breathing on her face. And when I turned around, I looked over and there was like a guy standing there, and he had like pants on and he was shirtless and he had shaggy hair, but he didn't have any eyes or no nose or no mouth or no ears. It was just like a like no face. And but I could still like feel like he was looking at me. And she said what she saw was just a black shadow. Like she didn't see anything that I saw. She said all she saw was just a black shadow. And when we went to sleep that night, we closed the door. But when we saw it, the door was open. And immediately, like it was not even a second. Like we blinked our eyes, and it was like it like went out of the room really, really fast. And I honestly don't know what it was. We looked in every room in the house, and there was nothing there.
That sounds pretty disturbing. Seeing
Yeah, it was
a person with no
terrifying.
face or no facial features at all.
I wonder if your friend has.
Skin.
I wonder if your friends ever saw any of those entities prior to that.
Well, actually, she told me that in her family, she sees like black shadows sometimes, and when she sees like a shadow, somebody in her family dies or like something happens. And
Mhm.
but when we saw that, I don't remember if anything happened later. I could ask her, but I don't remember if anything did.
Well, let's hope not,
Yeah.
because that would be terrible.
Sure. For
No.
sure.
Yeah.
The faceless man is terrifying enough. We don't need people falling out and dying.
Yeah.
That does make me wonder if it was possibly from the graveyard or if it's just the house itself. Because I mean, with it being that close, I don't know how I feel about cemeteries being haunted.
Yeah,
mean,
honestly, I have no idea. I know it was something about just that one room because she was in every room. Eventually, in that house, she had every room in that house. Nothing ever happened in any of the other ones, just that room.
That's
Something
weird.
always happened when somebody slept over.
That's strange. That is strange.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was trying to figure out if it was like a shadow person that I saw, but I saw in color and she saw in shadow, but I have no idea.
That is super weird that both of you saw something different.
Yeah,
I
it
think
almost sounds like
I
two
would-
different entities.
Yeah, I would rather be your friend in that case where I just saw a shadow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to see a faceless person standing at the foot of my bed. It's a no-go.
Yeah, it was pretty terrifying.
I bet.
That was immediately when I started to like believe like that things are real out there, and that's when like I started like becoming like into conspiracy theories and like listening to more because I was trying to figure out what the heck it was that I saw.
Yeah, that seems to be almost how everybody gets into it, really. They see something and they're like, all right, well, I want to learn about this, so let's start digging into it.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll just continue to watch the show, and I'll probably call back another time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Stay
All right,
safe
of
and stay
course.
weird.
You too. Stay weird.
All right, bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Dude, that would suck. That would not be cool at all. I'm not trying to see a shadow person at the foot of my bed. My house is like no fly zone. You're not supposed to be like when we go to Cemetery X. I seen Colleen mention something about it. Yeah, I want to see stuff. All right. The Watcher, let's go. Let's do that.
Yeah, and I don't even know if Cemetery X is haunted. You know what I mean?
What do you
Like,
mean?
I don't think it's haunted in the way that we think it's haunted, like ghost haunted. I think it's something beyond that.
Why don't you think cemeteries are haunted per se?
I mean, I'm not saying that they're not, but the idea of like, I feel like if somebody was going to haunt something, I feel like it'd be where they passed away as opposed to where they were buried.
Yeah, that
Does
makes
sense.
Yeah, a little bit. Hello, welcome to the night shift.
How you
Yo,
guys doing?
Good, how are
Hey,
you?
I'm the caller from Alabama that called in a couple weeks back, and I mentioned something about the Collins Elite.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that you guys, before you guys spend a whole lot of time on the Collins Elite, because I know you're probably planning on doing an entire episode
Oh,
on
yeah.
them. Oh, or maybe afterwards, just work it in at some point. You guys should talk to Nathaniel Gillis, because
Nathaniel Gillis.
Nathaniel Gillis is a legitimate exorcist, and he has done a deep dive on the Collins Elite because he thinks that the same entities that they're talking about, you know, the UFOs and the he thinks that they're the ones possessing people, taking them over, working on them psychically, interdimensionally, and another guy to talk to who falls right into this realm is a man named Jerry Marzinski. Jerry Marzinski was a clinical psychologist for 20 some odd years, and he worked in the prison system with paranoid schizophrenics.
Okay.
And he noticed a very distinct pattern to what the voices were telling them. And that shouldn't be the case, you know, at all.
Right.
Right. So, and the entire medical establishment when it comes to this is like, don't talk to them about their delusions. You're only going to give the delusions more weight or more grander than they really need. And he's like, well, when they don't talk about them, or when they ignore them, they'll get louder and louder and start to take over more and more of their psyche. And he says that one thing that they all do, and this is universal, is that when you start reading Psalms to them or anything from the Bible, they'll start wriggling like worms on a hot plate. That's what they feel like these entities are doing inside of their bodies. So they'll start squirming around like they're worms on a hot plate. And you know, this is a universal thing. This is not just a one-off, a 2, 3. This is everybody he's worked with in the last 20 some odd years in the prison system. And man, I'm talking about this. To me, it's like all encompassing. Like, I don't know when to shut off the idea that it might be these same entities messing with us. Like Dogman, I don't know, that seems a bit more biological. But like Hatman and shadow people and demons, hell, sometimes angels, near-death experiences, all these things, they can be tied into this realm, and it's incredible, honestly. But I think you guys should really get a hold of those two guys, because that would be, for one, it would be a fantastic thing if you could swap casts and get them both on, have them meet each other and shoot the shit. That would be just
dope.
ridiculous. Yeah. But honestly, dude, yeah, I don't know. Just last caller, she said something about shadow people. You're researching the Collins Elite right now, and I figured I'd throw you guys, you know, two experts.
Yeah, please.
Who, yeah, because I mean, I don't know, those guys. First time I heard Jerry Marzinski talk about it, I got chills. I was like, oh wait, this is organized, and we're being used as like cattle to these you know, psyche demons, if you want to call them that. It's pretty incredible. And but yeah, so
Yeah, if you could you whatever, email, text those guys' names to me so I don't forget.
oh yeah, for sure.
Any way that you can do it, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Because I'll reach out to these guys and see if we can not set something
That'd
up.
be a hell of a round table.
Yeah, because I'm in now. Like, I'm in.
I might go ahead and send you Nathaniel Gillis's he has a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I might send you one of his videos about the Collins Elite
Okay.
because he gets really deep on that. But I mean, he's an author. I think he's working on a movie right now. So he's pretty busy.
Right.
But if you guys could set that up, oh my god, things would be it would be legit.
We'll definitely give it a shot, man. Because I'm
Yeah, man.
interested for sure. Because, like I said, I haven't even gotten fully into the book yet because I've had a lot going on at home with family and what have you. But
Right.
what little I've gotten into that book, I'm already excited about it because it's such a different path than what I'm used to reading about and researching about. It's just completely different, and there's reasons behind it. You know, because you'll hear people be like, well, aliens are demons and this, that, and the other. And then that's about as far as they go with that comment. And then you start looking into this and you're like, oh, shit. Okay. This is a little bit weird. This is a little bit weird.
Yeah, there might be a little bit more merit to the statement.
There might be.
Yeah. Especially, you know, when I mean, you're talking about Nathaniel Gillis is a like he didn't even get ordained to exorcise demons like through the Catholic Church. He's studied in Tibet. He's studied across the world. He's made pilgrimages to study this phenomenon and break it down. He's trying to like scientifically break down this phenomenon. What is going on? What's happening to these people? Is obviously it's not biological, and man, it would be awesome to hear you guys talking to him.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this podcast before, but Cryptids of the Corn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you heard his ideas on these? And this is completely out of left field. I was just listening to a one-on-one podcast with him today. But have you heard about this idea of organic UFOs?
Yes, I have heard him talk about it a little bit, and we're trying. We got busy schedules, but they do want to work with us and do a show with us. So we probably will set that up in the near future.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be super cool.
That's something they were talking about that they wanted to talk to us about. And ironically enough, you go back to the first night shift, very first one. There was a caller that called in about having to bury an alien in his garden. But he also said,
I missed that one.
Yeah, it's the very, very first night shift.
It was wild.
Yeah. But he also talks about how the UFO they were in was an entity itself. It was a biological entity itself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wild shit,
Whoa,
man.
like a symbiotic relationship between the UFOs and whatever whatever rides in them. That's
it was wild.
That's wild. That's wild as fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna let some other people, you know, get a word in.
All right, man.
But yeah, you guys are fucking cool, and I'm super glad that you guys are gonna work with Cryptids of the Corn. That sounds like a banger episode too. So
hell yeah,
should be awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, have a good one, man.
For sure.
Stay safe and stay weird, friend.
You too.
Bye. Oh, I'm excited.
I fully think that it's connected. It's all that.
And like I said, we talk about it all the time. Like I have my own narratives that I like personally, right? Like aliens are from other planets, possibly interdimensional. But I will always sit here and entertain any thought that gets thrown my way, even if I think it's asinine. Like I hated the idea of people saying demons are aliens or vice versa. Hate that. Absolutely hated it. But I sit down and I start reading this Collins Elite, and it makes me just go, whoa. All right. Well, am I 100% sold on that analogy? Maybe not. But they have enough meet there where you have to pay attention. You have to at least walk down that road. You know what I mean? You just have to entertain it. Not to mention, it's a fucking really cool story. And the fact that, and it is a book by Nick Redfern. It's called like The Final Event or whatever it is. The fact that which I'd love to get him on the show too, because that dude, that like you said, like me and you were talking, Steve, you said that dude has seen some shit, and he has, but that dude, like, he just straight up called an Air Force base asking to talk to him or talked with people in regards to this UFO stuff. And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about, et cetera, et cetera. They call him back a couple of days later, and they're like, all right, well, you want to talk with the Collins elite? One of them's willing to talk to you. And he's like, the who? And she's like, the Collins elite, and he had no idea. He's never even heard of this group or anything in regards to that. But the fact, and that's kind of how I'm assuming that's how the rest of this book plays out, because that's about where I'm at in the book. And like that's fucking awesome. That is awesome. I mean, that's like, it's almost the equivalent of you and me running that episode on the Flyers and then just throwing this fucking random Hail Mary out there.
That's what we should have done.
Something answers the knock at the door, so to speak.
I wish we would have talked to him at Dogman.
Yeah.
I wish we would have, but we didn't. So that's on us.
Yeah, we'll have
Would've
other
been-
opportunities.
Would have
I'll
been
reach out
awesome
to
to
him
pick
and
his
see
brain.
if we can't get him on the show. I think he would. Not to mention, I'd be like, bro, we come from the same background, man. Musically,
He is a punk rapper.
isn't it weird? I was scrolling through Chad Kalick stuff the other day. That dude was in a hardcore band back in the day.
That tracks.
It's so weird. Like, there's so many, like in the paranormal world, it seems like there's more of those guys than you would think there is.
Kyle, guess who emailed us?
Oh, the Agent John Smith.
He says,
So they're in here,
we're,
right?
we're just going public. Yeah, he's one of the 94 people that watch us. What a coincidence. Says, greetings from this particular agent. He did not leave a poem. I guess my poem thing got through. Thanks for that. Thanks for not making me suffer through that again. He says, we are entertained. We watch. You have been hitting close to home.
And the
Okay.
only reference that you have for that is the Collins Elite, because that's a double reference. Not only did I bring it up in the episode that you emailed, but now I bring it up again and we get another email.
Keep them coming.
That was on purpose, my friend.
Keep them coming. We're here all night.
That's exactly why I brought up the Collins Elite.
And tying it to Egress is cute. It's really, really cute.
And I mean, if you are who you say you are, go ahead and call the phone.
It's there. He's got
We're
a
here.
point.
We're here. Call the phone.
Agent John Smith.
Which has a lot of ironic ties.
You mean lame?
Okay.
Just make it public.
You know what that makes me and Steve? Of course, naturally, I'm Neo. Steve is Trinity. Obviously, from the Matrix.
I've never seen The Matrix.
Also, John Smith is a super soldier from one of the Hitman movies. So I hope that you're implying you are a super soldier.
I hope. He's definitely not a super fucking poet. I know that much.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you Twiz, the first Matrix is good. The rest not so good. But if you are who you say you are affiliated with Egress Industries or the Collins Elite. Phone numbers at the bottom of the screen. Phone lines are open. We're here for it. We're more than willing to talk to you. Outside of that conversation, we know exactly who you are.
You can keep sending us emails if you want, and I'll just keep laughing at them until you give me some information that's not lame.
Yeah, Steve never. But Birdie, I don't think Steve's even seen. Have you seen Constantine, Steve? Have we gone through this? I don't think you've seen Constantine. I think you even have the movie.
Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure I saw it at your house once.
Yeah, probably. I can't help it.
Constantine's a fantastic movie. It's a must watch.
I'll get to it one of these days.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Now people aren't calling the holophone because they think John Shakespeare is going to call us and fucking enlighten us.
I hope it happens, but
I'm also won't.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Here we go.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right.
This is JJ Rose.
I figured as much.
I thought I recognized the voice.
Yeah.
I heard you guys talking about the Collins Elite, and I just had to throw my 18 cents in. So it's very easy to go down these rabbit holes with all this stuff because I just went down a major rabbit hole. I read the Mothman prophecies and then the Eighth Tower right after. And it did a whole spinny spin on my mind, on my life. I had all this spiritual stuff looking at me up in my life, throwing all these distractions my way to the point that I was in a whirlwind. So, yes, I've seen some people in the chat who are talking. Christian was one of them. And when you look at this stuff, it looks back at you. But there aren't absolutes when it comes to the spiritual realm. And I've been in this my entire life, and I can tell you there's a lot of things that want to help you. There's a lot of things that really don't care about you at all. And then there's a lot of things, that want to mess with you.
So in regards to the Collins Elite, are you saying that it's just like a widespread statement, or something in particular to me and Steve?
Both?
Both?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't trust Agent Smith.
No.
We do not.
Not at all. No.
I know y'all are smarter than that,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like.
Yeah. And like Steve said, we're here to play. If you're trying to play, we'll
Let's
play.
go. Send it.
We've already put the legwork in and figured out somebody from Sweden. So
Okay, but Twiz is over there like ready to box somebody up in your Discord. So
I'm ready. If you want to ride the coattails, come on, Smith. Let's go.
while I have you, JJ, now this might have happened. I don't know if it was last episode or the one before, but anybody in here, everybody in here, Steve, you included, you remember the guy that called in and brought up 13 minutes, 13 seconds?
Yeah. Was that two episodes ago? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
We actually got an email about that.
Ooh,
and how that possibly is a good thing. If I can find the freaking email. But apparently it has to do with an angelic number and protection.
so when I heard the story, like even though he was weirded out about it, I didn't take it as something to be totally freaked out about.
Right.
Just for the mere, I mean, he was in a strange home, right? And there were kind of weird stuff happening. But if you're waking up and you're saying something firmly, like i.e. not in fear, you're not screaming it, you're not babbling, you're not whimpering, but like firmly saying something, then that's more of a statement of you're in power and control. And the number 13 gets a really bad rap, but in reality, it's really not a bad number.
Right.
Like within witchcraft, and that's light and dark witchcraft, it's a very important number. And it has been, I mean, think of it. Jesus plus the 12 disciples, that was 13 total.
Valid
That
point.
wasn't by chance.
Right.
And
So
I absolutely hate how the last two lives that you guys have done, I wasn't in here and they were totally my jam. So
We are glad you were back, though.
yes.
I am totally glad to be back. I adore you guys. I have listened
Well,
to
thank
every
you.
single episode you guys have put out, and I want it on record that Binary Codes from Space is the most important episode you guys have done.
Oh, thank you. That's
Mhm.
a one from a while ago.
Might have to revisit that.
Yeah. But I have this email, so here it is. It says 13 minutes 13 seconds equals 793 seconds, which apparently it's an angel number and also considered a lucky number. It represents the number of God's presence, power, and energy. It is considered that if you are born on this date, you will be blessed in all your endeavors. The angels will help you in achieving your goals. The number 793 means hope, faith, and protection.
Yeah, that tracks.
Do you believe in the numbers being equated to angelic entities?
I believe that there's power behind them. It's the same thing with like deities, and that people will say like, oh, I saw this deity, or I'm working with this entity or this deity in particular. I don't believe you're specifically working with, like, for instance, Apollo or Athena themselves. You're working with the energy of that entity coming through another entity that's able to interface with you.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
I know that's a little complicated.
I'd seen something the other day about how somebody was claiming that all of these repeating numbers, I think it was repeating numbers is what it was. It's all bullshit. It's all a deception from the darker side of spirituality. Because
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Okay.
Because I've had spirit talk to me many times through numbers where they popped up, whether it's phone numbers. Like last week and the week before, I was having this thing with the number 4, to the point where I was on the phone with someone and my phone literally just started typing out the number 4 all the way across, and I wasn't touching it. And everywhere I would go, the number 4 would come up, or there were always 4 people involved. And so, I had to really deep dive in, like, why is the number 4 so prevalent right now? So spirit can talk to you in all sorts of ways, through lyrics and songs. It can be license plates. I mean, and again, it all depends. What does it feel like when spirit is interfacing with you? Does it feel creepy and weird? Is it taking you to a dark place? Or is it trying to give you a heads up about something?
I like that, because that's, if you've listened to me talk, that's kind of how I, in a roundabout way, not as cleanly, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I just kind of go with the way that I feel, and a lot of times, I mean, I know it's hard for me to put in words, but I 100% understand what you're saying.
Yeah, my big thing, and the whole reason I decided to come out of the proverbial broom closet, was because I'm sick and tired of all the fear mongering. And I get it. Fear is kind of fun. Like, we like listening to weird stuff and getting a little scared, but there's way too much of this. Everything is from the devil, and everything's out to get you, and everything's out to control your mind. You are the only one that can have total control of your mind. If you're willingly giving your mind over to these conspiracy theories or these thought patterns of, oh, every spirit is out to get my soul, well, then you're living in fear and you're not taking your power back.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I really do.
I love you guys. Thank you so incredibly much for having me on.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you answering the phone. Sorry I wasn't Agent John Smith.
No, it's
but,
okay.
Hope that works out for you.
Oh, thank you so much, though.
No problem.
All
Bye,
right,
you guys.
Bye.
It was good to hear from you, JJ.
You too.
She had me there because it was a no caller ID. That's why I was like, oh, here we go.
If I seem like out. It's because my internet, it keeps cutting out on my end.
Does it?
Yeah, like your mouth isn't even moving right now. You're a ventriloquist.
Hello, welcome to the night shift.
Yo,
Hey guys,
What's going on?
What's up?
it's Mountain Man CJ back for number 4 now.
All right.
And to jog your memory, I am the 13 minutes, 13 seconds guy,
There we go.
perfect timing.
There we go. I knew I recognized your voice.
emerging from the shadows once again.
All right. So what do you think about that?
It falls into the broader pattern of my life experiences, which is to say that it doesn't. I come from a very spiritual family who are really big into energy and synchronicity, numbers, all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I don't, with all due respect and deference, I'm completely irreligious and I don't really do the spirituality thing, which is, I guess, odd in its own right if you want to talk about why I have these experiences. But all of those people, all of my family and everyone who surrounds me says that I'm practically a font of empathic energy and I'm super tapped into the other side and what have you. And I have done faith healing on people without even really believing it.
It's interesting.
So the thing that struck me was the conviction aspect. If I'm saying it with conviction or without fear, then it has to be positive. If it is I'm just going to go completely off the rails hypothetical for me, but this is right down your alley. If it is a negative presence, then you would think that I would have just as much conviction in it if it was positive, if it was taking over my soul, so to speak. So if I was being used to channel or perhaps as a vessel to possess from a negative entity or energy signature, then I would be just as firm in my conviction as if it was positive, if it was angelic.
Did you get the overall vibe that it was negative?
I think so, because it was so unconscious. I woke up and didn't even realize that I was saying anything briefly. But once my conscious mind kicked in and I figured out what I was saying, what was going on, it made me pretty squirrely because it's got a lot of upsetting factors to it.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm more classically trained with 13 being known as more or less the ultimate bad number.
Right.
So I guess if it was spilling out from my unconsciousness, then that could explain it.
It's interesting. Conflicting thoughts tonight.
Yeah,
I dig it.
I'm willing to just throw all of the piles at the wall to see if anything sticks.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And I have unusual connections. Of course, like I said, I'm not spiritual, so I don't ascribe anything extra to it, but a old pagan god and a number do follow me and have for all of my life.
Interesting.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Yeah. The number, I'm sure since we're on the topic of numerology, people can start digging into this, is 1,207, 1207.
Interesting. Does it have
And
any relevance?
Not necessarily. I really don't know why I'm drawn to it like that.
So it's just something that constantly like draws your attention then.
It's something that I seemingly out of the blue have adopted as something of my identity. Like it's kind of quote unquote my number. My dad was a fire captain, and so his call sign was 1802. Is a very strong connection to that number, and it's part of his identity.
Right.
I have the same thing with 1207, but I don't have any source for it.
Interesting. Because it's a very random number.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. It's weird.
You do have 7 in there, which is in numerology loaded up all sorts of interesting ways.
Right.
And I love 7. I have had an affinity for it all my life as well. And the old god that I was referring to, I'm actually sitting under her gaze. I have a whole wall of art. Is the Egyptian god of war Sekhmet.
The god of war.
Yes.
Very interesting.
And of healing, sort of a protective figure.
Okay. Because I don't know much about her.
I mean, that's totally fair. And something else that I find interesting is that my mother, who is, like I mentioned, very spiritual, has a very strong connection to Odin and always speaks of him as kind of a paternal figure in her spiritual life.
Yes.
And one night she said, or one morning she came to me and said, I had the weirdest dream in the night. There were these 2 crows that were just staring at me and repeating the word Valkyrie over and over and over. And I don't know if you guys know what's up with that.
Define it for me.
Odin has 2 ravens named Haugen and Maunin that survey the universe and report back to him. She had no idea of any of this, no knowledge of Norse mythology whatsoever. And the term Valkyrie is a Old Norse term for a warrior. So I have sort of a matrilineal line of spirituality related to war.
It's interesting. And we just had a guy, Virgil, in the chat say 1207 is an angelic number.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, it's just for anyone who knows their stuff, I'm just a nexus for this kind of thing, and I'm totally disconnected from it.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm not an expert either, but you have the 13 minutes, 13 seconds. And if our emailer is in the wheelhouse and they're correct, there's an angelic number. Then you have Virgil saying 1207 is an angelic number. Then you like the god of war / protection. I mean, to me personally, I get this overall vibe that I don't know if it would be in your heritage. And then you have the Valkyrie, you have all, and it all says like warrior / protector to me. Like
That's what I was thinking too. Some sort of protection.
It's drawing you to like your armor, so to speak. You know what I mean? And maybe, and like I said, I'm not an expert, so don't take this ultra serious, but maybe it is the universe or whomever trying to get your attention. You know what I mean?
Not being very subtle about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, how long have they been trying? After so long, you get kind of like, all right, I'm gonna get a little crazy here.
Yeah, I get it.
Or maybe you're paying more attention to it, and or I don't know, man. I don't know a whole lot of that realm, but you have a lot of repeating factors here.
Yeah, I suppose so. And I've always had an interest in the paranormal, the unusual, the cryptids. So it seems like from birth I was kind of push toward the left-hand path no matter which way I went.
The left-hand path is typically not a very good one.
Well, we'll see what happens, I shall say.
Yeah, because people in the
I
chat here,
dig that.
they're saying 1207 means believe in yourself and your gifts, and you are a protector and spiritual warrior.
You know, a lot of people would back that up.
Yeah.
So maybe I just have to submit to the preponderance of evidence. Maybe that's why the aliens came for me.
Shit, I mean, I don't know, that's a whole yarn ball, my friend, because like if we want, and you're gonna hear about it when we get into this Collins Elite shit, there might be connections there. I don't know, but it's definitely, in my opinion, it's definitely worth hearing, getting out to all you guys, and these are the conversations that I adore. Exactly what we've been doing tonight. It's awesome.
All right. Well, I'm glad to be a part of it. And hey, you know, maybe my ghost story is because it was feeding off of my spiritual power.
Maybe, my friend.
Maybe. Maybe it all ties together just like the Collins Elite.
It might.
And there's a lot of people putting in 1313 Bible verses here. If you look through the chat.
Yeah, I'm going to comb through all of it since I called in, but
yeah, there's a lot of information there.
All right, well, I'll get to it.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling in.
Yes, thanks for touching base again.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call and helping out.
Absolutely.
Love you, boys.
Likewise.
Cult for life.
Likewise.
Hell yeah, stay safe and stay weird, brother.
Stay safe, brothers.
Oh, I'm loving tonight.
It is awesome
tonight.
when the whole chat just kind of gets in and gets to figuring out.
This has been a fucking awesome night. It really has.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was 9:30 already. I'll hold up the envelope again for the remote viewing. Strange Roads in here. What up, Mikey?
Yeah, boy.
Before I break this open, let's see what your guesses are. What's in the box? It's not a box, it's an envelope, but
oh, we got another phone call. You want to take it?
That's up to you.
We'll do one more. We'll do one more.
Send it.
Welcome to the night shift.
Yo.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. I got a couple ghost stories from my dad.
Okay.
Saving all my stories for the confessionals whenever I go on it.
Right on.
But yeah, so my dad crab fished up in Alaska back in the 80s, and he had night watch. And they were going along, and out of nowhere, another fishing boat comes out right in front of him without the lights on. So he's looking down at the radar, and he's not seeing anything on the screen. Looks back up. Another fishing vessel goes right by and then just disappears. So he went and woke up the captain, and he's like, "Why didn't you get me?" He goes, "I've always wanted to see one of these things." Because the rumor is a lot of guys do see it out there. They see old fishing vessels passing by. But that's one that just kind of stuck out to me as a kid, always hearing that one.
So essentially, it was a ghost ship?
It was a ghost ship.
That is fucking awesome. That is awesome.
He's not one to really talk about this stuff either, so I'm always prying at him. But when he was a kid, he grew up in Seattle, and it was a haunted house. For, I think, like 3 or 4 years he lived in it. And he said it was just constant things going on in the house. But one night when he was going to bed, he jumps in and he looks down kind of like at the footboard, and he sees a guy standing there looking at him. So he grabs the covers and covers himself up. He's freaked out. Then he hears the babysitter yelling. So he gets out of his covers, the guy's gone, and he runs downstairs, and she's screaming that there was a guy standing in the archway by the door. And so they're all freaked out and trying to figure out what's going on. Well, he was a big fan of the Kennedys growing up. and collected a bunch of books on them. And he knew exactly who he saw standing there, but he didn't say anything. Turned out who he saw was Robert Kennedy the night he got shot and killed, standing at the end of his bed.
What?
Yeah. But that house, like the stories he has from that house, just if you were a kid growing up in that house, I don't know how you could do it for 3 to 4 years. Just be wild. They'd hear kids in the attic. There's nobody up there. My grandpa was in the Navy, had a naval bell in the backyard. He said that thing would just start ringing. No wind or anything, just screaming.
That's so awesome.
His grandma got locked in the bathroom. They couldn't get her out. They were trying everything to do to get her out. Couldn't get her out. And then the basement, nobody would go in the basement because they'd always hear moaning and see shadows. Just wild stuff. And the house is still there. Still exists. He went down there, but it was like an old Asian lady. She didn't understand what he was saying, so they got out of there. But then he has one other story. He was a cop working out in North Bend, up in the Forest Service areas. And in the wintertime, nobody really goes up there because the snow gets really deep. But his job was to patrol all those roads and just kind of make sure, nobody's stuck or going where they're not supposed to go. And he ends up seeing a vehicle up there and walks up to it. He can see somebody sitting in there. So he's kind of looking around. They're not moving. And, come to find out the guy had a barbecue in the back of his car and killed himself by CO2. And then his hands were like frozen to the steering wheel. So he's like trying to figure out how to get into the vehicle. And he said he saw the hand move. So he's like, did I just see that? And he knows the guy's dead. Like, he sees all the evidence of what happened, but he saw the hand move. And fire gets there to kind of help get him out. And he didn't say anything to him when they showed up. But one of the firefighters, when they're trying to get the door open, he goes, did you guys see that? His hand just moved. And my dad goes, you saw that too, huh? He goes, I saw that before you guys got here. When they finally got in, they said he was frozen, like stiff as a board, hands on that wheel. So you guys saw it, but absolutely impossible for it to happen.
That's wild.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Man, hearing all these stories and that makes me want to get out and go. It really does.
Yeah.
On my last 40 and 50, the Alaska, I actually had a story about an Alaskan ghost ship, but I cut it out because of time restraints. If we ever circle back and hit it again, I'll have to feature it on a regular episode.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see.
It would.
Absolutely.
I think when you're trying to find it, it's not really looking for you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I won't keep you guys.
I appreciate
Have
you,
a good
man.
night. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, stay safe and stay weird, brother.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh man, what a night it has been. I have really enjoyed it. So thank you everyone for hopping on with us and hanging out tonight. It has been a really, really good time.
Yup. I'll go ahead and unveil what's in the
what's in the envelope?
It is
Toast with peanut butter. Let's go.
Anybody got any last guesses here?
Toast with peanut butter.
It is definitely peanut butter toast.
Damn it. Fail.
Just a Mulder poster iron-on patch.
Yeah, I literally have that hanging right in my room right here.
See, all the signs were there, bro.
It was. I missed it. The universe was talking and I failed.
Just weren't listening. But that was fun. Credit to Eric and the Uncomfortable podcast for doing that in his Discord.
Yeah, great.
Definitely go over there and check him out. Good time over there. Check out all our other content creators in here hanging out. Burton, Local Legends, Strange Road, Appalachian Intelligence, Paranormal Trucker,
Tony.
Tony popped in. Everybody go and support strange
Shit.
content creators. Keep the weirdness flowing.
Absolutely. I'm Steve, I'm buying cameras. We're going.
All right,
Brother John, Dilmo, Cemetery X, we're inbound.
Let's go.
We need a helicopter.
We need somebody to distract the police. I could do that.
Good.
just-
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. It'll be fine. But that brings us to the end of another night shift, friends. We appreciate you all here. Love hanging out with everybody. Love the chat. Love that it was so interactive between the chat and the callers tonight.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
This is a really good night.
I dig it. So with that being said, we appreciate you all. Oh yeah, Troy's in here. Forgot to even mention that. What is the name of your
Into the Abyss?
Into the Abyss? Yep. Check that out as well. And just keep it weird, everybody.
Please and thank you.
So until next week, everyone stay safe out there. Everyone stay weird. And pay attention to the repeating numbers in your life because it might be important.